Hello guys, how's everybody doing today? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mwaba Mugala. You can please refer to me as Captain only. I'm just joking. I'm soon to be Captain, hence the uniform here. Um, you can call me Mwaba Mugala, Sean, Suilanji, whatever you prefer. I have known Apostle VM for a number of years now, and I initially met him through my beautiful, loving mother, Mrs. Ruth Mugala, and furthermore through boot camp as well as the Sunday services Apostle holds in Ibex Hill. In case you're wondering why I am sending you this recording, it's I was asked to pass a testimony on to you, but I am currently in the UAE. I'm here to complete my the remainder of my pilot license. Now, what happens here in the UAE, for those of you who've been here, is video calls, Skype, WhatsApp, and all that are banned from here. So I didn't know any other way I'd be able to pass my testimony on to you because I feel so privileged to be presented such an opportunity. I figured I would make a little recording, send it, and with hopes that it gets to you. Yes, so like I said, I'm here to complete my aviation training. I started quite a while back. I finished my theory a long time ago, started flying, and I essentially have 8 hours left, about 8 hours left, God willing, till I'm done with my training here. Please pray for me. However, it's not been an easy journey to get to where I'm at right now. It's actually been a pretty tough journey, and I'm going to walk you through my journey. And the reason I'm going to walk you through this is I have hopes that I may be able to motivate, perhaps influence others in a positive way to make positive changes in their life. Because if you knew my background and where I came from and how I was able to turn around, I'm pretty sure you'd think, if this guy can do it, I definitely can do it. Because I was a mess, you know. So just sit down and listen and see what you can get out of this. If I'm not able to influence you or help in any positive way, that's fine. It's a very interesting story. So either way, I strongly urge you to listen. But all jokes aside, a little bit about my background. So I was born in Zambia. I moved to Canada when I was younger. In case you're wondering why I sound a little bit different, there's the answer. I did most of my schooling in Canada. I graduated in high school and did my business administration there as well. Thereafter, I wasn't really liking it. I had a few issues in my life, and I decided to come back to Zambia. And when I came here, I started, a few businesses here and there. And I mean, I made a little bit of money, but nothing where I wanted to be. Now, why all those businesses failed, I think you're going to get that throughout when I run you through my journey here. But nevertheless, let me get right to it. When I first met Apostle VM, the legend, he's a real legend. I love that man. I didn't like you, Apostle. I really didn't like him. He was very straight with me. He was very direct with me. He was very blunt. And the thing I hated most was he was speaking the truth. I don't know if you remember Apostle VM, but when we first met, he told me one thing which really got to my heart. He says, Mwaba, you see, the way you're living your life, you're going to kill your parents. I looked at the man and I said, who are you to tell me I'm going to kill my parents? Do you understand how much love I have for my mom and dad? I don't think you're in the right position to say I'm going to kill my parents. I would never do that to my parents. Now, what I didn't know at the time was he wasn't saying I'm going to physically grab a knife and go stab my mom or dad or get a gun or something. No. What he was saying is, based on my actions, I'm going to end up killing my parents. So I took that a little offensive, and I left his office. I terminated the meeting we had that day, and I asked the driver to drive me back to the office, and I wasn't too impressed with this man. A few weeks down the line, I had, before I get to that story, actually, let me tell you a little history about my lifestyle. I had a very bad problem and addiction problem. problems. Now, I was addicted to quite a number of things. There's people who are addicted to alcohol, some are addicted to gambling, others drugs, others women or men. I was addicted to every single one of those, well, except men. But I was addicted to every single one of those. Now, drugs not so much, but mainly gambling. But the problem with my lifestyle was that for me to gamble, I had to be on drugs. For me to do drugs, I had to be drinking. For me to be drinking, I had to be with women. And the smoking cigarettes is just came in between all of those. So I don't know if you can see the trend. I first need to meet up with my women. I need to get drunk. I need to do my drugs. And when I'm drunk and high and with my women, then I want to go to the casino and I go gamble or go to whatever the case is. Just messing up my life, gambling and all that. So I essentially had the whole package. And if anybody has any of those addictions or knows anybody with those, I'm pretty sure you'll be aware that all those addictions cost money. Women cost money. Girls, women, they cost money. Alcohol costs money. Cigarettes cost money. Drugs cost money. Gambling costs a lot of money. And you have to have some kind of, financial stability to be able to indulge in such on a daily, which I didn't. To a certain degree, I did make some money here and then, but it would all just go down the drain because it would go back to the addictions I mentioned here. Now, fast forward a little bit. When Apostle told me that I'm going to kill my parents, basically he meant by the way of my actions and the way of life, the way I lead my life is what's going to hurt my parents. So this one day, I ran out of money and I needed to gamble. And like I gave you the whole equation there of what I needed to gamble. So I had no money and the easiest way out was to steal. Now, I didn't steal any object here. I stole my mother, my loving, beautiful, loving mother's vehicle, which my dad bought for her. It was a Mercedes ML, I remember. Now, I took that vehicle, I stole it with the intent of selling it, getting some money. And with that money, to be honest with you, I was not going to do anything productive. I was going to sell it and I was going to gamble and I was going to do drugs and I was going to drink. Nothing productive whatsoever. What would have sucked though is as soon as that money would have been done, I would have sobered up and I would have been like, now what do? I can't go home. I stole a car. I don't have money. Oh, my girls, the alcohol's, I'm sober now. The alcohol's wearing out. The girls, they don't hang out with a guy with no money. So I'm lucky I got caught. Now, what really caught my eye there was Apostle VM, the day I got caught. It was a Sunday, I remember vividly. Sunday in the afternoon. And I got stopped by RATSA. Now, I don't know about you guys, but who gets caught on a Sunday afternoon drinking and driving? Nobody. It's usually Friday night, 3 in the morning, this and that. Not on a Sunday afternoon. I got caught on a Sunday afternoon. I got caught. The car got returned to the lawful owner, my parents, the lawful owner, sorry. And then I was taken to the cells. I went to jail in Zambia, in Lusaka. And while I was in jail, I had a lot of time to think. My mom came to visit me, and she told me that during the time I was getting arrested, Apostle VM called her up and told her that you got to find your son, that something's wrong. If you don't find him, he's going to die. Something along those lines. I can't remember, but it really got to me when I was in jail. Now I thought about it after my mom told me that. I started to think now, because I'm sobering up now. I'm there all by myself. I'm now starting to put the pieces together here. So I'm like, wait, if that man, there's got to be something. If he was able to do that, he called my mother. My mom wouldn't lie to me. I know my mom. She would never lie to me. If she told me that, and if that man was able to do that, I think I need to keep this man close to me. I need to see what he's about, because I didn't like the way my life was going. So anyway, I ended up getting out. I did a couple of days in there. I got out. I started working with my parents once again. A few jobs here and then, until one point, my mom decided she would sponsor me. My mom and dad actually decided that they would sponsor me to go to aviation college. Now, I was there thinking there's got to be a catch. And yes, there was a catch. They wanted me to go to boot camp. Now, I was thinking boot camp, boot camp, boot camp. Okay, cool, I'll go there. Until they told me I cannot eat for 5 days. No, 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 no. I was really against that. I was highly against that. Now, in case you misunderstood me there, my parents wanted me to go to boot camp because they knew the good it would do for me. But me as an individual who thinks he's always right, back then, I said, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. It's just this Christian stuff they're gonna do. But you know what? I really want to go to aviation college. I don't have the money to do it. I'll do it anyway. So let me go, see how it goes, and whatever. So to be 100% honest with you, from the time I made a decision to go to boot camp, I was not for it. I just did it because my parents wanted me to do it. However, while at boot camp, by the way, my parents are both Christians as well. I come from a Christian background. Used to go to church every single Sunday, pray before every single meal, and such. But I consider myself to be a Christian, but really I wasn't a Christian. In theory, I was a Christian, yes, but practically I wasn't a Christian. I would pray before meals and go to church, but was I really practicing what adherents of Christianity should be practicing? No, I wasn't. Essentially, I was not a Christian. Nevertheless, so I went to the boot camp. My first day there, I remember everybody around me was praying out loud. I've never prayed out loud in my life, by the way, at this point. So everybody's praying out loud. I'm looking at them like, these guys are lunatics. And they're praying for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm like, what are they praying about? I've run out of, prayers in like less than a minute. I said my prayers and bang, I'm done. Like, what are you guys praying about? You got that many problems in life? that was my mentality back then. But nevertheless, after a few sessions, I started now realizing why people pray like that. Because, we have the classes there as well, which supplement the complement the prayers and all that. So, through the classes, I started to learn that, okay, prayer is a tool that one needs in life to be able to get by. And why I say this is because every day we live life, we have spirits against us. We have spirits trying to kill us, trying to mess up our lives, trying to destroy everything around us, be it your finances, your health, your spouses, your family, your children, whatever the case is. There's spirits who are just out there to get you. And one thing I always believed was, I pray so the spirits are away. But you see, the way I was praying is, yes, God, please help me. Please keep the spirits away. Can I get $1 million soon? Amen. Bang. And I would think it would happen. That was a prayer to me back then. But then, through boot camp, I learned that, prayer is more from the heart. You have to really speak to God. God is your father. You have to talk to him like the way you talk to your dad, your biological dad, the way you speak to him, or even your biological mom. That's the same way you got to interact with God. You have to mean what you say. Yeah, think of it. If you go to your dad and say, hey, Dad, can I have 5 kwacha? Chances are he won't give it to you. But if you go there and say, Dad, okay, I'm thinking of, taking one of my friends out, but we're kind of broke. Could you please kindly help me with 5 kwacha? I don't have any money. I'll try to work for it. If you need me to work, that kind of thing. Most likely your dad's going to give you probably even 10 kwacha, more than what you asked for. And why I'm saying that is most of us think when we pray, we just request something, command something, or demand something, and God will give it to you. No, it doesn't work like that. You really have to be, it has to be from the heart. You have to be very passionate about it. You have to be very open. You have to be serious. You have to, I think you get the idea here. You cannot just demand with God. So that's one thing I learned in boot camp. And another thing I learned is that same tool of prayer is what fights these spirits, because as a human being, I'm just flesh. I cannot fight spirits. You can try. I tried this for 29 years of my life. Doesn't work. You're going to lose. You might look like you're winning sometimes, but trust me, the end game, you're going to lose. I've seen it happen, be it in casinos, be it within clubs, businesses, whatever the case is. Believe it or not, I've walked to a casino. I've driven to a casino, in a car. I have 2 laptops, I have a cell phone, I have money, and I took a pay-forward taxi to my ex-girlfriend's house. Meaning my ex-girlfriend had to pay for my taxi to go home, meaning my car's gone, my money is gone, my laptops are both gone, my cell phone's gone, and I have nothing. So you see, the spirit can put you in a position, the evil spirits can put you in a position that it might look like, yes, you're winning at some point, but it could crush down, and it will crush down if you don't approach it in the right way. I'm not saying go to the casino and gamble and win, and when you win, pray and no. What I'm saying is don't gamble anyways. You need to fight spirits with spirits. And by that, you need to have God to fight those spirits for you. And to have God, you need to do it through Jesus. There's a whole sequence. The same way I have a little equation on how I gamble, get drunk and whatnot, is the same way you fight spirits. You fight spirits using God through Jesus. And that's the only way you can fight the spirits. As flesh, you're going to lose. 100% you're going to lose. There's no doubt about that. Now, as I started doing that, I started to notice that, this prayer thing actually works. Like, this real prayer thing actually works. I wasn't out there, literally praying today and then waiting for the results tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. No. I would sit here, pray, and I'll just be doing my thing. And then gradually I noticed I started changing. I'll just change the people I hang out with. I stopped going to casinos more. I didn't want to drink every day anymore. These useless girls I used to hang out with were not appealing to me anymore. And then, you just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I find that was the backbone of what, helped me change. It's the prayer. And, sooner or later it just clicked to me. I'm like, you know what? It's been a year and I haven't even drank in I don't know how long. My life is good right now. My life is good. And basically where that came from, like I said, it's the prayer. You may not even notice it, but one thing I can advise people out there is you don't pray and expect to see results the next day. I mean, it could happen. It does happen to people, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to happen the next day. It's a learning process. I mean, think of it. If back then I prayed that one day that God helps me and gives me money so I don't have to steal my mom's car. Let's say God gave me the money the next day and he gave me $1 million. You know how that most likely happened? I'd have most likely gambled $1,002,002 because I would have just lost my mind. I haven't learned what to do with money. Why should God give me the money? So you got to be careful how you ask and what you ask for as well. He can give you the money, but then if you're still an addict, you just use it on your addictions. Was God really helping you? No. So, you basically have to pray hard, know what you're praying for, pray hard, and trust in God, and patiently wait. And sooner or later, it comes down to you. And another thing I want to pinpoint to you guys is, it's not like, oh, bang, now my life is great. I'm all good. It's all jigger. No, it doesn't work like that. Every single day is a battle. From the day you decide to coincide with God, to have Jesus Christ as your one and only personal savior, the haters, these are the spirits. This is for the, I think, what do they call them? Millennials? You know what haters are? The haters, these spirits, they're going to be hating for days. So basically, they'll be getting at you every single day. You see nice women coming to you left, right, and center, even for free this time. You'll be getting big deals here. People offering you expensive drinks and all that. Now, it's really up to you. Do you take those or do you fight them? Do you take what the haters want from you? No, these are haters. So in what logical inference is there in taking something from somebody who wants nothing good for you? Nothing whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense. So why would you accept these things? Sooner or later, you keep fighting these things, just keep on fighting and fighting and fighting. Trust me, at some point, they go away and you don't even consider it to be a fight now when you have to challenge these things, when you have to battle these things. It's just like, hey, yo, get out of my face. That's really how it goes. So yeah, it won't end there. You got to keep on praying every day. The fight's an everyday thing, maybe every hour, maybe every minute. Lucky people every year, sorry. But it's still going to be a fight. Till the day you die, you're always going to have to fight. Now, in my opinion, you might be thinking, I don't want to fight for the rest of my life, which is what I was thinking when learning stuff in boot camp as well. Like, why don't I just, do my own thing and let them do their own thing? Nah, it's either you're going to fight to keep on doing bad things, or you fight to be a better person in your life, a better person in other people's lives, a better person in God's eyes, in Jesus's eyes. Which I don't know, it's really up to you. In my opinion, like I keep saying here, is God is really the only way. Prayer, scripture, practicing what you learn, what you read, that's the only way. You as an individual yourself, I consider myself to be a very, very, very intelligent person. I graduated from college with an A- average, and reason to that is I didn't like accounting, and I basically reached 50% of the exam. I know I passed, and I didn't finish the exam. If I finished that, I would have got an A+. My point to that is that I consider myself to be a very intelligent person, and I was not able to get myself out of these, problems I had, all these addictions. It was never going to work by myself, never would work. I can vouch for that 100%. And if there's just four words I want anybody who's listening to this to get out of this recording right here, is the choice is yours. Give you a second to think about that. Think of everything I just talked about. The never-ending battles, the everyday fights, fighting addictions, and the whole package. The choice is really yours. The friends you hang out with, the activities you decide to engage in, whatever you decide to do, the choice is really yours. Don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, God has the final say, but the choice is yours to make change. The choice is yours to cry out to God and ask God to help you. The choice is yours to take the tips, the hints, I don't know, however God will, communicate with you. It's your job to take that in and apply that to your daily life. You have to make a choice every single day. You have to make a choice. If I sit here in my hotel room and sleep all day, am I going to be able to get my pilot license? No, I will not. I have to get up there. I have to do my navlog. I have to flight plan. I have to study. I have to read weather. I have to do so many things out there for me to get that. I can pray all I want, but if I'm not doing what God's telling me to do, and it's pointless. It's pointless. You have to pray, listen to God. You talk to God and listen. It's like a conversation. You don't just speak and you don't just listen. You talk and listen and talk and listen. It's a two-way thing. It's the choice is really yours at the end of the day. Now, so that was my main point there. I also want you guys to know that you will never win a spiritual battle as man. You need God. It's never too late to change. It's really never too late to change. I'm 32 years old right now. And I mean, if it wasn't for coronavirus, I would have been definitely way further in my career. I would actually be getting paid by now. But it's never too late to change. And if you're privileged to have the opportunity right now to change your life, I think you should, because at some point it won't change. And at some point it's going to be too late. Now, you see, for me, like I said, I'm 32 years old. If I knew what I know now 10 years ago, believe you me, I would have probably owned an airline or something. I don't know. I would have been way further than I am in my life right now. I can't even explain. If I knew what I knew today. So, you're lucky. You're lucky to have people around you who care enough about you. Don't take that to waste. I used to do that. And I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. I never used to listen to my parents. As pilots, we have this thing we call will call when communicating with air traffic control. There's a term called will call. Now, basically what will call means is I heard your message, I understood it, and I will comply. Now, back in the days, my mom would say this, my dad would say this, elders would say this, people wiser than me, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, even my siblings sometimes. And I would never take their advice. I always thought I knew it more. I knew better. But guess what? I didn't, because evidently it didn't take me anywhere. Until, I changed my lifestyle. I started listening to people more. And now, anytime my mom says, hey, Mwaba, do this, will call. My dad says, hey, Waba, don't do that. It's better to do it this way. We'll go. Don't get me wrong. They don't tell me what to do at 32 years old. But when they give advice, I'm not rebellious against it anymore. I understand what they say. I hear what they say. And I comply with what they say. Because trust me, your parents are out there to look. They're in your best interest. They're out there for you. You know, your mom birthed you. She wants nothing bad for you. Your dad is your father. He wants nothing bad at all for you. They only want the best for you. And if they're giving you advice, I strongly urge every human being out there to listen. My dad was born in his 60s. My mom in the late 50s. Sorry for disclosing your ages, but till today I see them and they respect what their parents tell them still. That should mean something, because I mean, who am I at 30? I'm like half my dad's age. You know, who am I to? I'm not wise at all in comparison to my dad. I am not wise at all. So I know a lot of us sometimes sit there and look at it like, oh man, they're old fashioned. They don't know what they're talking about. They didn't have cell phones and iPhones and all that in the past, but they know what they're talking about. They want the best for you. Just listen to them, trust in them, pray about it. Always pray. Trust me when I say this, always pray. Pray about it. I'm just going to give you guys a Bible verse here before I go. It is from Ephesians, and this is chapter 6 and verse 12. This is in correlation to the battle against spirits. It goes, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, verse 13, therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, to stand. So basically what I was saying, you cannot fight spirit with flesh, spirit against spirit. You need God, the armor of God. You need God to help you in your daily battles, you know, to help you with your future. And basically, like I said, the choice is yours. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. I hope I have been helpful to people. If not, I hope you enjoyed my story here, but I don't think that's possible. If I was able to change, trust me, you're able to change. If I can do it, so can you. Always have that in your head. And before you go to bed, just remember one thing: the choice is yours. Have a good night, guys. I got an early morning tomorrow, so I'm gonna head out now. I hope this helps a lot, and love you. See y'all when I get to Zambia. Bye-bye.